So Sarah Care, some of you may be familiar with. So Sarah provide in-home and elderly care services. And they, for many years, were a very traditional supplier of this. And they, before the pandemic, in the sort of mid-2010s, they developed a machine learning platform that allowed them to take tens and tens of thousands of medical records and case records and predict outcomes, predict things that were going to cause hospitalizations, cause incidents with their patients. And in that platform, they also enabled patients to receive remote in-home care and carers to monitor their patients remotely. And by implementing that platform, Sarah have actually seen a 52% reduction in hospitalization for patients. They've also seen a huge decrease in the number of falls and other incidents because their platform's able to predict when those things are likely to happen, and an increase in compliance to medication. And during the pandemic, when people couldn't use hospitals as much, they actually created 10,000 jobs. Now that's realigned a little bit now, but the job levels that they're creating are still higher than they were pre-pandemic. So technology doesn't necessarily kill job creation. Technology can enable job creation. But Sarah Care is a great example of that. Guildhawk is a much smaller company. Guildhawk are a translation company. And back in 2019, Guildhawk were called Today Translations, and they're a pretty traditional translation company. They focused on regulated industries, so things like law, where there needed to be high levels of accuracy in translation. But they were struggling to compete in a saturated market, as many companies are. And they decided, the CEO decided that she was going to raise some money, rebrand the company, and build a technology platform. So she built GAI, Guildhawk AI, which is an AI-powered translation service which enabled them to become a technology company, to translate in almost any language, to do it almost instantly for almost every use case, and to create new features like video and voice translation, real-time subtitles for live stream, a huge amount of new opportunities for them to grow their business. And they've gone from a struggling translation company to one of the fastest growing companies in the translation sector, driven by technology.